Hey everyone! Welcome back to Bourbon Barrel Bites. You know that feeling you get when you're bundled up by the fire, snow falling outside, and you've got a warm drink in your hand? That's the feeling we're chasing today. Today we're diving into the cozy world of winter bourbons. These aren't your average light bourbons. We're talking about the heavy hitters, the ones that warm you from the inside out, the kind of bourbons that make you want to curl up with a good book and forget about the cold. Whether you're by the fireplace or enjoying a holiday gathering, these 5 bourbons will warm you up this season. They're rich, they're complex, and they're perfect for sipping on a cold winter's night. Let's get started. First up, we've got Buffalo Trace. Now I know what you're thinking, David. Buffalo Trace, that's like recommending chicken noodle soup when someone's sick. And you know what? You're right, it's a classic for a reason. But trust me on this one. This bourbon is known for its rich flavors of cedar and mint. It's like walking through a forest after a fresh snowfall. You get that crisp, clean air, but then there's this warmth underneath it all. That's what Buffalo Trace is like. It's familiar, it's comforting, and it's damn delicious. And the best part is, it's incredibly versatile. You can sip it neat, you can enjoy it on the rocks, or you can mix it into a classic winter cocktail. It's like that old pair of boots you break out every winter. They're reliable, they're comfortable, and they just work. Next up, we're talking about Maker's 46. This bourbon is all about smoothness. It's like that friend who always knows how to make you feel comfortable no matter what. You know the one. They've got that easygoing charm, always down for a good time, but they're also there for you when you need a shoulder to cry on. There's something about Maker's 46's finishing method that creates this remarkably pleasant, aromatic experience. It's like they take all the best parts of a bourbon, the vanilla, the caramel, the oak, and then they just polish them until they shine. And don't even get me started on that cask strength. It's like a warm hug on a cold day. You get that initial blast of heat, but then it settles into this warm, comforting feeling that spreads through your whole body. It's the kind of bourbon that makes you want to kick back, relax, and just enjoy the moment. Now, we're heading down south to Texas for Garrison Brothers Balmorhea. This bourbon is like a ray of sunshine in a bottle. It's bright, it's fruity, and it's got this undeniable warmth to it. Like if you could bottle up the feeling of jumping into a swimming hole on a hot summer day, this would be it. It's a warm whiskey and makes you think of visiting the legendary Balmorhea State Park for a swim in the summer. That's what I love about Garrison Brothers. They take these traditional bourbon flavors and then they add their own unique twist to them. It's familiar, but it's also something completely new and exciting. And the best part? It benefits the Texas Parks and Wildlife Foundation. So not only are you getting a delicious bourbon, but you're also supporting a great cause. It's a win-win situation. Let's talk about Heaven's Door. Now, I know what you're thinking. David, isn't that the Bob Dylan bourbon? And you're right, it is. But forget about all that celebrity hype for a second. Let's talk about the bourbon itself. This bourbon is all about balance. You've got those smooth and subtle aromatics with dried apricot and tobacco. And then it opens up to these amazing flavors of salted caramel, dried cherries, fresh grated nutmeg, and ginger snap cookies. It's like a warm, comforting dessert in a glass. Forget the Bob Dylan connection. This is a solid whiskey in its own right. It's complex, it's nuanced, and it's just plain delicious. Last but not least, we got Grandad 114. This bourbon is not for the faint of heart. This is a bourbon for those who like their drinks strong and flavorful. It's like that grandpa who gives the best hugs, firm, warm, and a little bit rough around the edges. That first sip is an explosion of heat. It's spicy, nutty, almost like if they made flaming hot peanuts or jalapeno peanut brittle. You get those intense flavors of oak, leather, and then there's this bitterness from the char that just lingers on your palate. It makes you feel like this has spent significant time in the barrel. It's not messing around. It's the kind of bourbon that demands your attention and rewards you with every sip. This is a bourbon that will warm you up from the inside out. It's the Kentucky hug you didn't know you needed. So there you have it, our top 5 winter bourbons. These bourbons are like a warm hug on a cold day. They're the perfect way to unwind after a long day, or to share with friends and family during the holidays. Remember, whether you're a seasoned bourbon drinker or just starting out, there's a bourbon out there for everyone. So find one that you love, pour yourself a glass, and enjoy the warmth of the season. And most importantly, stay warm out there, my friends.